Hello friends, a warm welcome to all our viewers, and thank you so much for showing interest and support for this channel. Today, we're starting with part 1 of the current affairs for the month of May. These questions have been carefully selected and structured to match the exam pattern and help you with focused preparation. As always, we've also prepared a PDF containing all the questions discussed in this video. So make sure to contact the number as shown in the video. Watch the video till the end. And if you find it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It motivates us to keep bringing you more valuable content. Let's get started with the first question of May Part 1. Question 1 states, discuss the strategic importance of the recently launched ZooWIN portal in strengthening India's healthcare response to zoonotic diseases such as rabies and snakebite envenoming. Examine the technological features of ZooWIN and its alignment with the One Health approach. What challenges might arise in scaling up this initiative nationwide, and how can they be addressed for effective healthcare delivery in rural and underserved regions? Moving to answer. Friends, India continues to bear a heavy burden of zoonotic diseases, particularly rabies and snakebite envenoming. Each year, approximately 46,000 people die due to snake bites and around 20,000 from rabies, highlighting a critical public health challenge. To address this, the ZooWIN portal was launched in 2025 by the National Center for Disease Control (NCDC) under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare (MOHFW), with support from UNDP. The portal is designed for real-time tracking of vaccine stocks, specifically anti-rabies vaccine (ARV) and anti-snake venom (ASV), to improve integrated healthcare delivery across India. Next part, let us understand about strategic importance in healthcare response. To understand the role of ZooWIN in healthcare, we can remember the mnemonic SAV. S. Stock visibility and timely supply. Real-time monitoring ensures the timely availability of ARV and ASV, thereby helping reduce both morbidity and mortality. A. Accessible Health Facility Locator. The portal helps patients and health workers quickly identify the nearest health facility with vaccine availability, which is particularly crucial for rural and remote areas. V. Vaccine adherence and follow-up. ZooWIN tracks post-exposure prophylaxis (PEP) for rabies patients, ensuring that patients complete the entire course of treatment. E. Emergency Response Support. A dedicated helpline, 15400, provides expert guidance on treatment and raises awareness, helping to counter harmful traditional remedies. Next, we will understand about technological features of ZooWIN. Dosto. Technological robustness is key to ZooWIN's effectiveness, best remembered through the mnemonic RUNS. R. Real-time data integration. Built upon EVIN and UVIN architectures, ZooWIN dynamically tracks vaccine stocks across locations. U. User interface with locator tools. A user-friendly platform that displays facility-wise vaccine availability, making it easier for users to access healthcare. N. Nationwide scalability. Initially piloted in Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Puducherry, and Andhra Pradesh, with plans for pan-India rollout. S. Smart follow-up mechanism. Tracks individual patient visits and treatment progression, thereby minimizing dropouts in multi-dose regimens. Moving next, let us understand how ZooWIN alignment with the One Health approach. Dosto, ZooWIN aligns well with the One Health concept, addressing zoonotic diseases at the intersection of human, animal, and environmental health. The mnemonic HRMONY captures this integration. H. Human-Animal Environment Nexus. Promotes joint efforts across human health, veterinary, and environmental sectors. A. Aligned with national strategies. Supports key targets like NAPS, aiming to reduce snakebite deaths by 50% by 2030 and national rabies elimination goals. R. Resource coordination. Enables intersectoral collaboration in vaccine logistics and emergency health response. M. Monitoring and early detection. strengthens systems to detect and respond to zoonotic spillovers. O. Outreach and community education. The helpline and digital tools are geared toward improving public awareness and changing risk behaviors. N. National health programs synergy. ZooWIN complements broader health missions like Ayushman Bharat and the National Digital Health Mission. Y. Year-round functionality. Unlike seasonal interventions, ZooWIN operates continuously, which is vital for regions with high snakebite incidence. Moving next. Dosto, despite its promise, ZooWIN faces several implementation challenges, summarized in the mnemonic GAPS. G. Geographic infrastructure gaps. Rural and tribal areas often lack reliable digital connectivity and cold chain infrastructure, limiting real-time data use. A. Awareness deficit. Low awareness among the public and health workers about how to use ZooWIN hampers its effectiveness. P. Public skepticism and trust issues. Cultural resistance and mistrust of digital healthcare systems may slow adoption. S. Supply chain reliability. Inconsistent vaccine production and logistics bottlenecks affect the system's reliability and performance. Lastly, let's see some suggestions to enhance effectiveness. Dosto. To overcome these issues, a focused approach, summed up in the mnemonic REACH, can help maximize ZooWIN's impact. R. Rural health worker training. Equip ASHAs, ANMs, and PHC staff with the knowledge and tools to operate ZooWIN effectively and engage with the community. E. Expand infrastructure support. Invest in improving internet connectivity and cold chain systems, particularly in high-risk zones. A. Awareness campaigns. Launch widespread education programs to inform communities about zoonotic risks and vaccine importance. C. Connect with One Health digital platforms. Link ZooWIN with animal surveillance and environment health systems for a 360-degree approach to disease control. H. Helpline expansion. Upgrade the 15,400 helpline to be multilingual, 24/7, and accessible across all Indian states. Moving on to next question. Question to which states? Explain the process of 3D printing and discuss its recent application in the construction of Japan's first 3D printed train station. What are the key technologies involved and the limitations associated with this manufacturing technique? To answer this, Dosto, let's begin with the basics. 3D printing, also known as additive manufacturing (AM), is a process of creating three-dimensional objects by adding material layer by layer based on a digital design. This is different from traditional manufacturing, where material is cut or removed from a solid block called subtractive manufacturing. In short, 3D printing builds objects from the ground up, which allows for more complex and customized designs with less material waste. Now that we understand what 3D printing is, let's look at how the process works, broken down using the mnemonic DSPP. D. Design phase. Everything starts with a digital 3D model, created using computer-aided design (CAD) software. These files are saved in formats like .stl or .obj. S. Slicing. The 3D model is then sliced into thin horizontal layers using slicing software, which tells the printer how to build the object layer by layer. P. Printing. The printer then lays down material one layer at a time, following the sliced instructions. Materials can include plastic, resin, or even metal. P. Post-processing. Once the object is printed, finishing touches like curing, hardening, sanding, or painting may be done to improve its appearance and strength. So from digital design to a real-world object, the process is smooth and systematic. Moving next, let's move to the technologies that power 3D printing. Different printers use different methods, and they can be remembered with the mnemonic FSDM. F. Fused Deposition Modeling, FDM. This is the most common method where thermoplastic filament is melted and deposited layer by layer. S. Selective Laser Sinting, SLS. Uses a laser to fuse powdered materials like plastic or metal, useful for stronger parts. D. Direct metal laser sinting, DMLS. A more advanced method that fuses metal powders using a laser, often used in aerospace and medical industries for high-precision components. M. Material jetting. This method sprays tiny droplets of material which are then hardened by UV light. It creates highly detailed prototypes, especially useful in design work. Each of these technologies has its strengths and is chosen based on the purpose and material required. Moving next, let's see recent application. Dosto, to see 3D printing in action, let's look at a real-world application from Japan, explained with the mnemonic FAST. F. Fast construction. The Hatsushima station was constructed using 3D printing in under 6 hours, showing how the technology can dramatically cut down construction time. A. Advanced materials. Likely used concrete or composite materials made possible with large-scale industrial 3D printers. S. Structural components. Allowed for the printing of complex parts of the station, reducing the need for a large construction team. T. Technological showcase. This project serves as a proof of concept that 3D printing can be used for future urban infrastructure like buildings and public facilities. This example shows how 3D printing is not just for small prototypes, it can be applied to real-life construction. While 3D printing has many advantages, it also faces some limitations captured in the mnemonic MSSI. M. Material restrictions. It can't use all types of materials. Only certain plastics, metals, or composites are compatible, limiting its application in some industries. S. Size constraints. 3D printers have limited build volume. For large structures, objects have to be printed in parts and assembled later, which can be complex. S. Structural weakness. Because the object is built layer by layer, it may have weak bonding between layers, which could make it prone to breaking under stress. I. Intellectual property concerns. Since the designs are digital files, they can be copied or shared illegally, raising concerns about piracy and IP theft. These challenges remind us that while 3D printing is powerful, it is not yet a one-size-fits-all solution. By understanding each of these aspects, from process and technology to applications and limitations, we get a complete picture of how 3D printing is reshaping manufacturing and even construction, but also where it still has room to grow. Moving next to question number 3, which states, what is the Gaurav glide bomb and how does it enhance India's aerial strike capabilities? Discuss its key features and significance for modern warfare and indigenously developed defense technology. Dosto, let's start by understanding what the Gaurav glide bomb is. To remember its key features, use the mnemonic PLS. P. Precision guided. Gaurav is a precision guided munition, meaning it can strike specific land targets with high accuracy, even from long distances. This increases mission success while minimizing damage to unintended areas. L. Long range capability. It is designed to be launched from beyond enemy air defense zones, allowing Indian Air Force (IAF) aircraft to stay safe while delivering powerful strikes. S. Smart munition. Developed indigenously by DRDO, with contributions from ARDE, RCI, and ITR. The Gaurav glide bomb showcases India's growing capability in advanced weapon technology. Moving next. Now, let's see how this bomb improves India's air combat strength, summarized using the mnemonic SPAR. S. Stand of strike. Gaurav allows the IAF to strike from a safe distance well outside enemy territory, reducing the exposure of aircraft to threats. P. Precision targeting. Its advanced guidance system ensures pinpoint accuracy, making it ideal for targeted missions with minimal collateral damage. A. Aircraft risk reduction. Since the bomb can glide over long distances, fighter jets don't need to enter highly defended enemy zones, increasing pilot and aircraft safety. R. Reinforces indigenous tech. It strengthens India's push for self-reliance in defense, reducing dependence on imported weapons and supporting the Make in India initiative. Lastly, let's look at why Gaurav matters in today's strategic context using the mnemonic EPIC. E enhances modern warfare. In modern battles, precision, range, and flexibility are essential. Gaurav delivers on all three fronts, making it a vital asset for the IAF. P promotes indigenous development. The project boosts domestic defense manufacturing, aligning with the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and reducing foreign dependency. I increases combat effectiveness. By enabling safe and successful strikes, Gaurav increases the overall effectiveness of missions, especially in sensitive or high-risk areas. C. Cost-effective. Building such advanced technology in-house saves money in the long run and ensures better control over design and performance. Moving on to next question, which states, what is the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement (ATIGA) and how has it contributed to enhancing economic integration between India and ASEAN countries? Discuss the key features of the agreement and the recent efforts to modernize it. Let us answer this question. Let's begin with what ATIGA is. The mnemonic FIT helps summarize it. F. Free Trade Agreement. ATIGA is a free trade agreement between India and the 10 ASEAN nations aiming to liberalize trade in goods. I. Integration focus. It promotes economic integration by strengthening trade ties and reducing barriers between India and ASEAN countries. T. Trade scope. The agreement focuses on physical goods, aiming to lower tariffs and non-tariff barriers, thus encouraging more efficient cross-border trade. Moving on to next part of the question, which asks about origin of ATIGA. To understand how ATIGA came into existence, remember the mnemonic SII. S. Signed. The agreement was signed in 2009 during the 7th ASEAN-India Economic Ministers meeting held in Bangkok. I. Implemented. It officially came into effect in 2010, marking the launch of the ASEAN-India Free Trade Area. I. Inclusive expansion. In 2014, a separate trade in services agreement was signed to expand cooperation beyond goods to services and investments. Next, let's look at what ATIGA includes, that is about its key features. The mnemonic TRUE helps us recall its main features. T. Tariff liberalization. More than 75% of goods traded under ATIGA benefit from gradual tariff reductions, making products cheaper and more competitive. R. Rules of origin. These ensure that only goods genuinely made in India or ASEAN countries get preferential treatment. U. Use of exclusion lists. Sensitive sectors like agriculture or automobiles are protected by placing them on exclusion lists where tariffs are not reduced. E. Expansion of trade. As a result, bilateral trade between India and ASEAN reached $121 billion in 2023-24, with ASEAN contributing to 11% of India's total global trade. Moving ahead, let's talk about the recent efforts to modernize ATIGA. Dosto, as global trade evolves, so does the need to upgrade agreements like ATIGA. The mnemonic More 8 captures the current efforts. M. Modernization talks. Ongoing discussions aim to make the agreement more efficient and trade-friendly. O. 8th Joint Committee Meet. Held in 2024 in New Delhi, this meeting marked a key milestone in reviewing and updating the agreement. R. Review objectives. The focus is on improving usability, reducing non-tariff barriers, and enhancing overall efficiency. 8. 8th Meet significance. The latest meeting seeks to align ATIGA with modern trade requirements, reflecting today's economic realities and supply chain dynamics. And, finally, let's understand how ATIGA contributes to broader economic goals, summarized by the mnemonic BILE. B boosts bilateral trade. With trade volumes hitting $121 billion, ATIGA has become a cornerstone of India-ASEAN economic relations. I. integration catalyst. It encourages regional supply chains, promoting closer economic cooperation and interdependence. L. Liberalization of markets. By opening up markets, it creates more opportunities for businesses and investors in both regions. E. Economic growth driver. ETIGA supports mutual economic growth and is closely tied to India's Act East policy, which aims to deepen engagement with Southeast Asia. Dosto, we've worked hard to make these topics super simple for you, using mnemonics to help you understand and remember key events. These questions are crafted to match the staff exam pattern, and with only 3 months left, now's the time to grab your chance and learn with ease. We've also prepared an exclusive PDF with these questions. Contact us at the number shown in the video to get it. If you're liking this content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Moving to the next question, which states, what is the Mark II Alpha laser-directed energy weapon, DRDO, system developed by DRDO? Discuss its key features and strategic significance for India's defense capabilities. Let us answer this question also in part. First, let us talk about overview of Mark II Alpha laser DRDO Dosto. To begin with, the Mk2A is a cutting-edge directed energy weapon, DRDO, summarized using the mnemonic HLT. H. High-powered laser. It is a high-energy laser weapon system designed to neutralize aerial threats like drones, missiles, and enemy surveillance equipment. L. Laser-based technology. The system uses concentrated laser beams to damage or destroy targets by causing thermal and structural failure. T. Tested and developed. This technology has been developed by DRDO's CHES lab and successfully tested in Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh, demonstrating India's growing edge in energy-based defense systems. Next, let us understand its key features. The main technical strengths of this system can be recalled using the mnemonic PSCM. P. Power output. It features a 30 kilowatt laser capable of targeting fixed-wing UAVs and drone swarms, making it ideal for modern aerial threats. S. Speed of engagement. The laser beam travels at the speed of light, enabling instant and precise neutralization of moving targets with no delay. C. Cost-effective. Unlike missiles, each firing costs as little as a few liters of petrol, making it an economical alternative for frequent or mass-scale use. M. Mobility. The system is vehicle-mounted, making it adaptable for land and potentially for airborne or space-based deployment in the future. Next, how the laser DRDO works. Dosto. Understanding the working process is simple with the mnemonic DET. D. Detection. Targets are first located using radar or electro-optic (EO) tracking systems, allowing for early identification. E. Engagement. Once locked, the laser beam is fired, slicing through the target surface, causing thermal and mechanical failure. T. Tracking. The system maintains a precise lock on the target during the engagement, ensuring effective and focused damage. Finally, let's explore how this technology contributes to India's defense strategy, that is strategic significance for India, using the mnemonic SLIF. S. Strategic edge. With the Mark II Alpha, India joins an elite group of countries, the US, China, and Russia, with operational laser-based weaponry. L. Low collateral damage. The target-specific nature of laser beams ensures minimal surrounding damage, making it suitable for urban or populated conflict zones. I. Indigenization boost. Being developed domestically, it supports the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission, reducing dependence on foreign defense tech. F. Force multiplier. It adds a new layer of protection in India's counter-drone and missile defense systems, offering a sustainable and scalable solution. Moving on to next question, which states, what is the Saras Mk2 aircraft? And how does it contribute to India's regional air connectivity and indigenous aviation capabilities? Highlight its key features and strategic significance for the civilian aviation sector. To answer this, let us start with the overview of Saras Mk2 aircraft. To begin with, dosto, Saras Mk2 is a multi-role, indigenously developed civilian aircraft, summarized by the mnemonic MIC. M. Multipurpose aircraft. Saras Mk2 is a 19-seater aircraft specifically designed to improve regional connectivity by linking Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. I. Indigenous development. The aircraft is designed by CAPF, National Aerospace Laboratories, under the Ministry of Science and Technology, and will be manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL. C. Civil Aviation Boost. Saras Mk2 is aligned with India's UDAN scheme and aims to reduce dependence on foreign aircraft for short-haul regional flights. Moving on to next part of the question, which asks about key features of Saras Mk2. Dosto, the technical and operational strengths of the aircraft can be remembered using the mnemonic MMTD AIM. M. Modernized variant. It is an upgraded version of the earlier 14-seater Saras 2004 with better aerodynamics, engine efficiency, and safety standards. M. Multi-utility role. Saras Mk2 can serve as a commuter aircraft, air ambulance, or be used for charter operations, making it highly versatile. T. Made in India components. Key systems like avionics, genesis, brakes, and environmental controls have been developed domestically, while composite wings are also built in-house. D. Twin prototype plan. Two aircraft are being developed simultaneously to speed up certification and avoid project delays. M. Digital and modular design. The aircraft incorporates CAPF's flight computer and a modular structure that allows for AI upgrades and future automation. Moving ahead, let's see what strategic significance it has for civilian aviation. Dosto, the broader impact of Saras Mk2 on India's civil aviation landscape can be captured with the mnemonic BIRDC. B. Boosts regional connectivity. The aircraft directly contributes to the UDAN scheme by connecting underserved and remote regions, fostering inclusive development. I. Indigenous research and development revival. Its success showcases the revival of Indian expertise in civilian aircraft design and manufacturing. R. Reduces foreign dependence. Saras Mk2 offers an indigenous alternative to imported aircraft like the Dornier 28 or ATR, enhancing national self-reliance. D. Cost-effective aviation. Its low operating cost makes it ideal for short-haul, low-density routes, thereby making air travel accessible and economically viable. C. Civil defense synergy. The Indian Air Force has shown interest in acquiring 15 units, highlighting the aircraft's potential for civil-military dual use and deeper integration. Dosto, hope you're understanding the questions in the video. Read each one carefully and answer in parts exactly as shown to ace your exams. If you're liking this content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Now, moving to the next question, which states, what is the India Norway Marine Pollution Initiative INMP? Discuss its objectives, key features, and recent interventions, particularly in Indian cities like Agra. Dosto, in this question we are talking about India Norway Marine Pollution Initiative, a joint effort to tackle plastic pollution. The India Norway Marine Pollution Initiative was launched in 2019 as part of the broader India-Norway Ocean Dialogue. This initiative is a bilateral partnership between the Government of India and Norway aimed at tackling the growing issue of marine litter, especially macroplastics and microplastics. Its main focus is to address land-based sources of plastic pollution that end up in aquatic ecosystems like rivers and oceans. The initiative supports both national and local interventions, with Agra, Yamuna River being a notable success story. By combining scientific research, policy changes, and pilot projects, it aims to support a circular economy and reduce plastic leakage from cities into water bodies. Moving next, let's understand about its objectives. Dosto, the INP is guided by 4 key objectives, which can be remembered using the mnemonic RCPA, are reduce plastic and microplastic pollution. The primary goal is to minimize plastic pollution in rivers and oceans by tackling both macroplastics, visible waste, and microplastics, tiny particles. C. Circular economy promotion. The initiative promotes reuse, recycling, and reduction of plastic waste, ensuring materials are kept in use for longer rather than being discarded. P. Policy reform and local action. It provides technical support to municipalities, helping implement waste management systems and influence plastic policies at both local and national levels. A. Advance scientific research. INP backs data-driven approaches, supporting scientific studies to create effective, evidence-based strategies. Moving next, let's talk about its key features. Dosto, several important features make this initiative effective, remembered through the mnemonic TPSP. T. Technical support. Expert organizations like the Center for Science and Environment, CSE, help local governments design and implement plastic waste management strategies. P. Pilot projects. Pilot initiatives are conducted in riverine cities such as Agra, with a focus on reducing plastic leakage into the Yamuna River. S. Scientific studies. Detailed research is conducted to assess industrial waste, microplastics in drainage systems, and leakage patterns, using accurate scientific sampling methods. B. Brand audits and polymer categorization. The initiative identifies major polluting brands, classifies plastics by type, and helps refine interventions based on this analysis. At last, let's talk about recent interventions. Dosto, INP has shown tangible success, especially in Agra, and these interventions can be remembered using APF. A. Agra. Yamuna River. Agra has emerged as a success model by reducing plastic leakage into the Yamuna, especially from the petha industry, sweet packaging, and other sectors. P. Plastic waste management. The initiative addressed plastic waste from the footwear industry, promoting the recycling of pre-consumer plastic waste and establishing better waste loops. F. Field-based data collection. Field teams collected scientific data and conducted polymer categorization to support evidence-based policy reforms, enhancing the effectiveness of local waste management systems. Moving on to the last question of this video, which states, discuss the significance and objectives of the recent military exercises Dostalik 6 and Tiger Triumph 2025 conducted by India with Uzbekistan and the United States, respectively. Alright, let's wrap up our journey with the last question. Let's break it down, nice and simple. First up, Exercise Dostalik 6, held in April 2025 at Ondh, Pune. This is part of the annual military drill between India and Uzbekistan. Last year's edition was in Termiz, Uzbekistan, and this year it's our home turf. The Indian Army's Jat Regiment and IAF's Garud Commandos teamed up with their Uzbek counterparts for this intensive training. What was the goal here? Let's remember the mnemonic TBR. T. Tactical coordination. They practiced counter-terrorism operations in semi-urban settings, the kind of real-world threats we must be ready for. B. Best practices. From anti-drone strategies to special forces tactics, it was all about learning from each other. R. Regional partnership. A strategic handshake. It's about India building deeper ties in Central Asia, a region that's getting more important globally. Why does this matter? Let us remember with the mnemonic CDOP. C. Counter-terror readiness. Helps sharpen combat skills where it really counts. D. Defense diplomacy. Shows India is serious about regional military cooperation. O. Operational skills. They even practiced heliborne OPS and drone defense. B. Bilateral trust. Building trust between two armies, two nations, key for peace and preparedness. Moving next. Now shifting gears to a bigger, more high-profile exercise, Tiger Triumph 2025, held from 31st March to 13th April, along the Kakinada coast and Duvwada range in Andhra Pradesh. Dosto, This was a tri-service drill. The Indian Navy, Air Force, and Army worked alongside US Marines, the USS Comstock, and Air Force elements. A full powerhouse setup. Moving next, let's talk objectives, mnemonic, HIs. H. Hadra preparedness. Training for disaster relief. Think tsunamis, floods, and how both forces can coordinate instantly. I. Interoperability. Can our two militaries operate seamlessly together during crisis? That's the key here. S. Strategic cooperation. Strengthening the India's bond, especially in the Indo-Pacific region. Why is this significant? Let us simplify this with the help of mnemonics, HITS. H. HADR expertise. India's disaster response just leveled up. A. Amphibious strength. Practiced beach landings, a big capability boost. I. Indo-Pacific stability. Reinforces the free and open Indo-Pacific vision. T. Tech integration. They used C-130Js, LCSEs, and Hawks top-tier systems. S. Strategic alliance. This drill proves the India-US defense partnership is strong, mature, and future-ready. Dosto, Dustalik 6 and Tiger Triumph aren't just drills, they're strategic signals. India is showing it's ready to lead, defend, and collaborate. Whether it's with Uzbekistan in Central Asia or the US in the Indo-Pacific, India's role on the world's defense stage is only growing stronger. Friends, if you're finding this video helpful, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like the PDF of this content, feel free to contact us on the number given below. We'll be happy to share it with you. Until then, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Jai Hind.